Hello, and welcome to Life in Words, where we explore insightful reflections on life. Today, we're diving into a question many of us ponder as time goes on. Can we live a full, meaningful, and happy life as we get older, even if we're on our own? All right, folks, let's talk about something a lot of us don't really want to think about. What happens when we get older and find ourselves flying solo? It's a reality for many, and honestly, the thought of aging alone can be a little daunting. But here's the thing. Being alone doesn't have to equal being miserable. With the right attitude and a few consistent habits, you can absolutely create a vibrant, fulfilling life, even if you're navigating it on your own. Now, I'm not talking about just filling the hours with mindless tasks. I'm talking about truly investing in your mental sharpness, physical well-being, and emotional strength. The key difference between feeling lonely and enjoying peaceful solitude often boils down to the everyday choices we make. So, if you're looking to dodge the misery, regret, and isolation that can sometimes creep in, stick with me. These tips could seriously transform how you approach aging, helping you build a life that's rich, rewarding, and uniquely yours. First up, let's talk about setting a daily routine. Waking up without a plan can leave you feeling adrift, unmotivated, and disconnected. As you get older, having a structured day is like having a compass. It keeps you pointed in the right direction and gives you a sense of purpose. It's not about cramming your day with chores. It's about giving yourself a reason to jump out of bed in the morning and a feeling of stability that keeps you moving forward. One of the biggest mistakes people make is letting time just slip through their fingers. Without the demands of work, family, or social obligations, the days can blur together, leading to boredom and isolation. But when you create a daily structure, you're taking control. Your routine doesn't have to be some rigid, complicated thing. It just needs to include activities that bring you joy, keep your mind active, and maintain a sense of balance. A solid morning routine is especially important. Think about waking up at the same time, making your bed, enjoying a good breakfast, and soaking up some fresh air. These simple things can do wonders for your mental and physical well-being. Take, for instance, George, a 76-year-old retired teacher. After his wife passed away, he found himself waking up at all hours, skipping meals, and spending way too much time glued to the TV. He felt like his days were just slipping away, and the loneliness was crushing. But once he decided to create a daily schedule, everything changed. He started waking up early, taking a walk, cooking his own meals, and scheduling calls with his grandkids. His days became more structured, his mind felt clearer, and he no longer felt like he was just waiting for time to pass. A routine keeps you grounded, especially when life feels uncertain or lonely. It eliminates that feeling of emptiness by giving each day a flow, a purpose, and a sense of movement. Even small habits, like watering the plants, listening to music, or journaling before bed, can bring a deep sense of comfort and normalcy. So, if you ever feel like the days are slipping away, start small. Write down a morning routine, plan your meals, and set aside time for hobbies. The key is to make conscious decisions about how you spend your time, instead of just letting life happen to you. A well-planned routine doesn't just fill your day. It gives your life a sense of order, meaning, and momentum. Next, let's prioritize physical movement. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they age is slowing down too much. While it's natural for the body to change, staying active is like finding the fountain of youth. It's not just about looking good. It's about keeping your body strong, your mind sharp, and your independence intact. When you stop moving, you start losing muscle, flexibility, and energy, which can lead to a decline in overall health. The good news is, You don't need to be running marathons or lifting heavy weights. Simple, consistent movement every day makes a world of difference. A short walk, some gentle stretching, or even just standing up and moving around frequently can boost circulation, strengthen muscles, and keep your joints flexible. The goal is to keep your body engaged so that everyday activities like getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries stay easy and effortless. Think about Sarah, an 80-year-old retired nurse. After retiring, she became less active, spending more time sitting and less time on her feet. At first, she didn't notice any changes, but over the years, simple tasks like bending down or walking for long periods started feeling more difficult. She chalked it up to just getting old. But after joining a local walking group and starting light stretching every morning, she felt a difference almost immediately. Her energy improved, her posture got better, and she even started sleeping more soundly. Physical movement is a daily necessity, not an occasional activity. Even if you have limited mobility, there are always ways to stay active. Chair exercises, water aerobics, or even just standing up and sitting down multiple times in a row can help keep your body strong and your blood flowing. The key is to make movement part of your routine, just like eating or sleeping. And here's a bonus. Exercise is one of the best things you can do for your brain. Studies have shown that physical activity can help reduce the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. When you move, you're not just strengthening your muscles, you're improving circulation to the brain, reducing stress, and keeping your mind engaged. If you've been inactive for a while, start small. A 5-minute walk, a few gentle stretches in the morning, or a little light housework that keeps you on your feet. The key is consistency. The more you move, the easier it becomes, and before you know it, you'll feel stronger, healthier, and more energized every single day. Now, let's move on to staying socially engaged. One of the toughest parts of aging alone is the gradual loss of social connections. Friends move away, family members get busy, and it becomes easier to spend more time alone. But isolation is a major threat to both your mental and physical health. Studies have shown that loneliness can be just as harmful as smoking or obesity, increasing the risk of heart disease, depression, and even cognitive decline. But don't worry, you don't have to accept loneliness as an inevitable part of aging. Staying socially engaged is a choice, and it's one of the most important daily habits you can develop. Even small social interactions, a quick phone call, a chat with a neighbor, or a friendly exchange at the grocery store, can make a big difference in your emotional well-being. Human connection is a fundamental need, and maintaining relationships should be as much of a priority as eating well or staying active. Take Walter, an 82-year-old widower. After his wife passed away, he found himself spending more and more time alone, watching TV and waiting for the phone to ring. He told himself that his kids were busy, his friends had their own lives, and he didn't want to be a burden. But as the months passed, he started feeling more and more disconnected, and even the smallest tasks felt overwhelming. That all changed when he made the decision to reach out. He started calling an old buddy once a week, joined a local senior group, and even signed up for an online book club. Within a few months, he felt more alive, more engaged, and more connected than he had in years. Social engagement doesn't have to mean big events or large gatherings. It's about small, meaningful connections that remind you that you're part of something bigger. Whether it's sending a text message, inviting a friend for coffee, or joining a group that shares your interests, the key is to make socializing a daily habit. Even if you don't have close friends or family nearby, technology makes staying connected easier than ever. Video calls, Online forums and social media allow you to engage with others, no matter where you are. Many seniors have found that joining online communities gives them a sense of belonging, even if they aren't physically surrounded by people. The world is more connected than ever. You just have to be willing to take the first step. The truth is, loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about feeling disconnected. And the best way to fight that feeling is to make an effort to engage with the world every single day. The more you reach out, the easier it becomes. And before you know it, you'll have a network of people who bring joy, conversation, and purpose into your life. Let's talk about keeping your mind stimulated. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they age is letting their minds slow down along with their bodies. Many assume that cognitive decline is just a natural part of getting older, but in reality, your brain thrives on stimulation. Just like your muscles weaken without movement, your brain can lose sharpness if it's not actively engaged. The good news is, you have the power to keep your mind strong, alert, and full of curiosity, no matter your age. Keeping your brain active isn't about doing complicated puzzles or learning something overwhelming. It's about engaging in activities that challenge your thinking, introduce new ideas, and keep your curiosity alive. Reading, learning a new skill, playing strategy games, writing, or even having deep conversations are all ways to keep your mind sharp and your memory strong. Take Carol, a 75-year-old former librarian. After retiring, she found herself watching TV all day, feeling like her mind wasn't as sharp as it used to be. She noticed she was forgetting small things, like where she left her glasses or what she needed at the store. Worried about losing her mental sharpness, she made a simple change. She started reading again, doing crossword puzzles in the morning, and taking an online photography class. Within weeks, she felt a difference. Her focus improved, she felt more engaged, and she even had new things to talk about when she socialized. Your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. One of the best ways to keep it active is to challenge yourself with something new. Learning an instrument, trying a new hobby, or even switching up your routine can force your brain to create new connections, keeping it flexible and resilient. And it's not just about mental sharpness. Engaging your brain also helps prevent feelings of boredom and depression. When you're learning, creating, or problem-solving, you feel a sense of accomplishment. That sense of progress, no matter how small, gives you a reason to look forward to each day. All right, let's move on to practicing gratitude and reflection. One of the most powerful things you can do every day to maintain a sense of peace and happiness is to practice gratitude. As we age, it's easy to focus on what we've lost: people, opportunities, youth, and even health. But shifting your focus to what you still have can completely transform your mindset. Gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges. It's about choosing to recognize the good that still exists, even in difficult times. The simple act of reflecting on what you're grateful for every day can boost your mood, reduce stress, and even improve your physical health. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of depression and anxiety, sleep better, and feel a greater sense of purpose. And the best part is, it's free, easy, and only takes a few minutes a day. Consider Mike, an 80-year-old retired carpenter. After losing his wife, he found himself dwelling on the loneliness, replaying memories of the past, and feeling like life had lost its meaning. But everything changed when he started keeping a gratitude journal. Every morning, he wrote down 3 things he was thankful for. Sometimes big things, like his granddaughter's graduation, and sometimes small things, like the beautiful sunrise he saw that morning. Over time, his perspective shifted. He still missed his wife, But instead of focusing on what he had lost, he began cherishing what he still had. Reflection is just as important as gratitude. Taking time each day to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and process your thoughts can help you feel more centered and at peace. Whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply sitting outside and appreciating the world around you, daily reflection allows you to clear your mind, reduce stress, and focus on what truly matters. If you've never practiced gratitude before, start small. Each morning or evening, take a moment to think about 3 things that made you smile that day. Maybe it's a favorite song, a good meal, or a kind word from a stranger. The more you train your mind to focus on the good, the easier it becomes to find joy in everyday life. Life will always have challenges, but your happiness isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you choose to respond. Make gratitude and reflection a daily habit, and you'll find that even in solitude, you are never truly alone. Finally, let's talk about finding a way to help others. One of the fastest ways to combat loneliness and bring meaning into your life is to help someone else. It might seem like an unusual piece of advice. After all, when you're feeling down or isolated, your first instinct might be to focus on yourself. But the truth is, giving to others can be one of the most rewarding ways to find purpose and joy in your own life. Helping others doesn't have to mean big, life-changing gestures. It can be something as simple as checking in on a neighbor, volunteering in your community, mentoring a younger person, or even just offering a kind word to a stranger. The key is to make giving a daily habit, a way to connect with the world and remind yourself that you still have value, wisdom, and kindness to offer. Think about Patricia, an 83-year-old former social worker. After retiring, she felt like she had lost her sense of purpose. Her children were grown, her social circle had gotten smaller, and she often spent days without much interaction. But instead of letting loneliness consume her, she decided to start volunteering at a local homeless shelter. At first, it was just a few hours a week, but before long, she found herself looking forward to it every day. She made new friends, felt needed, and most importantly, found a new sense of fulfillment. The simple act of giving creates connection. It takes the focus off your own struggles and shifts it toward making a difference, no matter how small. Whether it's offering advice, lending a listening ear, or even just sharing a smile, helping others reminds you that you still matter. Even if you're physically limited, there are still ways to give. Writing letters to old friends, mentoring younger people online, or simply being a source of encouragement for those around you are all ways to contribute. The act of giving fills your life with a sense of purpose, keeping your spirit alive and your heart full. So, as we wrap things up, what habit resonated most with you? Or do you have any personal experiences or wisdom to share with our community? Please leave a comment below. Your insights could inspire and help so many others. If these words touched your heart today, please take a moment to hit the like button. Share this with those you care about, and remember to subscribe to Life in Words so we can continue to reflect and explore the deeper values of life together every day. And as a special gift for you, I've prepared a summary of the key takeaways from this audio in a free PDF file. You can download it completely free at the link in the video description. Use it as a companion on your journey to find happiness and meaning in life. Thank you for listening to today's sharing. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video on Life in Words.